Hello, and thank you all for coming out to the Goddess Queen Tulsa show. This is the show where we cover local news, we cover after dark topics, entertainment, and hot topics. Make sure you subscribe, like, and comment, and also tell a friend to tell a friend. If you are generous, you can hit our Cash App. If you are very much so friendly, you want to keep on with the show, you can sign up for a membership and you can be a part of all of the greatness. Thank you so much.
What's up, everybody? This is Gary Little G Jenkins from the R&B Group Show. When I come to Tulsa, I hang out at the Queen Tulsa Show.
And we are back. Yes, we are. We got Sonya maybe up in the building. Y'all make sure y'all go over and follow Sonya's channel, child. Yes, yes, yes. She will be up and running and doing her thing. I know like the latest video is like the voice box where this guy he communicates with the spirits, and Shinquela he has a video communicating with her, and Sonya has that on her channel. So check the community wall out and definitely go over there and check her out. All right, so today we are going to talk about an unspoken epidemic. Homicide rate increase for black women rivals that of black men. To everybody that came out today, thank you so much. If you're a new subscriber, thank you for subscribing. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for your loyalty. If you are the replay gang, thank you so much. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. The killings of black women, 5 findings from our investigation. A 33% rise in rate of homicides of black women and girls in the US in 2020 rivals that of black men, analysis show. 5 black women and girls were killed every day in the United States in 2020 as a national increase in gun violence during the pandemic took a heavy toll on some of the country's most vulnerable people. In all, 1,821 black women and girls were unalived in 2020. That was an additional 461 women and girls who were murdered in 2020 compared with 2019. More than one additional killing a day. As part of the new Guardian series on the homicides of black women and girls, here's what we know and what we don't know yet about this unspoken epidemic and the important findings of our data investigation into the killings. Black women and girls in the US are 4 times more likely to unalive by violence than white or Hispanic women. The national homicide rate for black women and girls in 2020 was 8 homicides per 100,000 people. That's the highest rate among American women and represents a risk of violent death that is 4 times higher than white or Latina women. Indigenous women and girls face the next highest risk at 5.8 homicides per 100,000 people. Even though American men make up the majority of homicide victims, both black and indigenous women and girls face a homicide risk that is higher than that of white men and boys. 4.7 homicides per 100,000 people. In 2020, about 75% of black female homicide victims were killed with a gun. During the pandemic, homicides of black women and girls tripled in Kentucky, more than doubled in the District of Columbia, and doubled in Wisconsin and Ohio. In Kentucky, where Breonna Taylor's killing by white police officers in Louisville sparked national protests, homicides of black women and girls statewide tripled in 2020, from 10 women and girls killed to 33 compared with the year before. In Wisconsin and Ohio, these killings doubled, rising from 21 to 42 and from 57 to 110, respectively. In Washington, D.C., the national's capital, homicides of black women more than doubled from 10 to 25. No women of any race were murdered in the district in 2020, according to the police department. The graphic below shows the homicide rate of black women and girls per 100,000. Where black women and girls have the highest homicide rates, the changes between 2019 and 2020 and the homicide rate of black women and girls per 100,000, showing Washington, D.C. and the 26 states that had at least 10 homicides of black women or girls both years. All right, so let me go ahead and bring this content up so you guys can see the graph that I'm reading from. So these are the stats. You have number one, Wisconsin to Missouri. If you guys remember that Missouri, they just caught a someone that was unaliving people. You got Kentucky, Arkansas, Washington D.C., Indiana number 6, Ohio 7, Louisiana 8, Michigan 9, Illinois 10, Oklahoma 11, Mississippi 12. You got Tennessee 13, 14 Colorado, 15 Pennsylvania, 16 Alabama, 17 Texas, 18 California, 19 Maryland, and the list goes on. Okay, so 19 Maryland, 20 South Carolina, 21 Arizona, 22 North Carolina, 23 Florida, 24 Georgia, 25 Virginia, 26 New Jersey, and 27 New York. So I'm going to go ahead and continue to read the article. Let me know if you guys are still here with me. Throw a 3 in the chat. We got 3 million people in the chat. Okay, so the increase in these states, researchers and state officials say, points to larger racial disparities in the Midwest, ranging from overall life expectancy to deaths from heart disease and incarceration rates. And though Washington D.C. is home of some of is is home to some of America's most powerful black people, it is also a majority black city where many residents face intense disadvantages. There are big differences in black women's risk of violent death across different regions of the country. New York and New Jersey, for instance, saw substantial increases in the homicide rate for black women and girls in 2020. But even after 2020's increases, black women and girls living in Wisconsin and Missouri still face a homicide risk 5 times higher than black women and girls living in New York. Overall, in America's Midwest, as well as in some southern states bordering the Midwest, where black women face the overall highest risk of being murdered, not in the deep south. Nationwide, the homicide rate for black women and girls increased 33% in 2019, a simply higher increase than women or girls of other races, and one that rivaled the rate increase for black men and boys. Across racial groups, American men saw big increases in their homicide rates in 2020, leaving thousands more men dead compared with the year before. But there was a much sharper racial disparity among women, with black women's homicides risk increasing much more than any other group. So here, I'll show you this graph right here that I'm looking for. Thank you, Sonia. You are in the chats. Okay. Let me see. Let me see. Okay, so this is a chart that I'm about to read from. So black women and girls had the second highest homicide rate increase from 2019 to 2020. So over here, the females homicide per 100K in 2020 percent of from 2019. So that's 33%. White women was 15%, Hispanic was 7%, American Indian a -1, and Asian Pacific Islander was -15. And then the males, they were they rise at 34%, white males 22%, Hispanic males 27%, American Indian men 24%, and Asian Pacific Islander 2%. So many black women and girls are likely killed by intimate partners, family members, or other people they know. But they are big gaps in national law enforcement data about perpetrators of these killings. Like most American women, black women and girls are often killed by someone they know. Nearly a third of black women and girls in 2020 were known to be killed by an intimate partner or a family member. According to law enforcement, homicide data reported to the FBI, and another 16% were killed by a friend, neighbor, or acquaintance. But there are significant gaps in national law enforcement data about their murders. For nearly half of the killings of black women and girls in 2020, the FBI's supplementary homicide report lists the relationship between the victim and the person who killed her as unknown. Half the recorded killings of trans and gender nonconforming people in 2020 were killings of black trans women. National homicide statistics do not identify whether victims are trans or gender nonconforming, and law enforcement agencies frequently misgender trans homicide victims. In 2020, half the 46 recorded homicides of trans and gender nonconforming people nationwide were killings of black trans women, according to the Human Rights Bank (HRC), which tracked these deaths. The number is rising. At least 34 black trans women were killed in 2021, the organization said. In all, since 2013, at least 175 black trans women have been killed in the United States, representing the majority of the 270 trans and non and gender non-conforming confirming deaths HRC has recorded. The organization includes profiles paying tribute to each of the people lost on its website. Wow, that's deep. It's really deep. Um, whew, this is heavy, and it's just all the way around. Black women, black trans women. These black men. I don't wish any hurt on anybody, but I really wish that people could really keep their hands to themselves. Heather McLeod says, "This is so sad. I had no idea the increase was so high." Yeah, was so high. Yeah, and then you think about it. In 2020, that's when the Megan situation happened. And so when people are getting mad at her for, her saying, around that time, there was a lot of people trigger happy. The police, they were just, they were doing the most. It didn't matter where they were. It was a crime, everybody's on alert. But it's just sad. I mean, even with the Terrence Crutcher, the incident that happened here in Tulsa, that Shelby lady, and she, didn't get the justice that she deserved. But this is my thing: whether if you're a police officer or a citizen, if you committed crime, you need to do that time, point blank, and the period. There's no way around it. And I'm starting to get a little itchy throat or whatever. So I don't know how long I'll have my voice, but until I keep, until I, you know, lose it or whatever, because I kind of feel like I'm about to get like a cold or something. You know how that feels? But yeah, I'm over here on my tea and my lemons and my cough drops. How you doing? Okay. But listen, guys, I want you to sound off in the comments about this topic. Um, I'll wrap the show a little early because I do have a show at 10:10 Central Time tonight. We will be back. This is our second time or our third time being live today, but we will be back 10:10 p.m. For tonight, and after that, we'll be live on Christmas. So I want to thank you all for coming out and joining us, sister. Thanks for tuning in. If you're in a car and listening, if you're at home, kicking back, relaxing, or if you're just, you know, doing your personal one and you just got the phone right there, I want to appreciate you for that. All right. Good night, guys.
Hello, and thank you all for coming out to the Goddess Queen Tulsa show. This is the show where we cover local news, we cover after dark topics, entertainment, and hot topics. Make sure you subscribe, like, and comment, and also tell a friend to tell a friend. If you are generous, you can hit our Cash App. If you are very much so friendly, you want to keep on with the show, you can sign up for a membership and you can be a part of all of the greatness. Thank you so much.
What's up, everybody? This is Gary Little G Jenkins from the R&B group Silk. When I come to Tulsa, I hang out at the Queen Tulsa show.
All right, hold on. Let me see. Let me see. Um. Oh, thank you for the cash app. I appreciate you, Sonya. Thank you, thank you, thank you for the cash app. I really, really, really appreciate you. Um, Heather says, "Thank you for making us aware of this. It's really an eye opener. Yes, we have to protect ourselves. We have to be alert, and if we see something, we got to say something. Let's not feel like something is snitching. You see somebody being treated wrong, or you see something going on, speak up and say something. Sitting by and watching is just not is that's not the move. That's not the vibe, and you know it's harming people. When you see stuff going on like that, you say, hey, you ask yourself, hey, what if that was my sister? What if that was my mom? Put yourself in that situation and do a bigger deed. But yes, guys, thank you all so much. I really appreciate you. We are gonna head on out. I want y'all to really get into this background. Okay. All right, I'll see y'all at 10:10 p.m. Central Time.